Welcome to Inside Plug, the podcast where independent creators and entrepreneurs connect and aspire. I'm your host, Devon Jones, a military veteran turned filmmaker. I found my spark in the military, and now I'm here to help you find yours. Inside Plug is a platform for your voice, stories to be shared, and ideas to flourish. Let's dive in and plug into creativity and entrepreneurship together. Today on our show, we have returning guest Ken Holmes. He's an actor, producer, and a writer. He has a production company called Rain and Neon Productions. He started doing school plays in the first grade, and he has a popular YouTube short. It's called Zoom Shorts. Ken Holmes, welcome back.
Thanks so much. Happy to be here.
So, how's everything been going with you since the last time you've been on the show?
Oh man, going pretty well. It's a lot's happened since then. Still doing the show, the web series Zoom Shorts. I do it with my collaborators, Karen Klami and Burnham Holmes, who's also my father. And also we have a new producer-director named Ali Radisi, who's been making shorts with us as well. And that's been going like gangbusters, and we've been won a bunch of awards and just in film festivals. Season 7 is our next season. We just wrapped up season 6. We shot a feature film called I Love You, Maria. So that's in post-production now. And aside from that, just been writing a lot, doing a lot of editing. I've kind of been spending a lot of my time editing short films, and been doing some great awareness films that deal with some very important issues, and also trying to act as much as I can. The film industry is a little bit slow at the moment, but so I'm very grateful that I'm able to write and produce and edit films, because that's what I've been spending most of my time doing these days through my company, Rain and Neon Productions, which you mentioned. So thank you.
All right. Yeah. So let's take it back real quick. Zoom Shorts. For those who don't know about the show, can you tell us what the show is about? When did it start? You say you guys are on season 6 right now, right?
We just wrapped up season 6. Yeah.
All right.
So Zoom Shorts, it was born out of the COVID pandemic. We were just kind of unable to be on set, and Karen came up with the idea to do a series where people would call each other up over Zoom. That's why it's called Zoom Shorts, and kind of air their grievances and have conversations. And at first it was all actors self-recording themselves, because we weren't able to do it in person. So people would record themselves, and we didn't want to do the Zoom talk, the 2 box screens I'm looking at right now. We didn't want to do that. So we just had the one screen. And so how we played it originally was it would be a monologue. Somebody would talk and talk and talk and let me finish. And then they keep talking. And then the next person, their monologue was next. That's how it was originally. We've come a long way since then. Now we can record in person again. And so it's not really about people talking on Zoom anymore. Now it's about connection. People wanting to connect with people. So the stories are all very it's thematically the same kind of, but they're different stories, different characters, a couple recurring characters and stuff. But in general, they're all different stories, kind of inspiration from the Twilight Zone or something like that, where you have different stories each episode.
Nice. So did you guys have to put a twist on it, being that you said it's not, the original style that it was, being that it's not, what was it, the pandemic that we were in?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, we kind of started it before the whole pandemic style filmmaking became a craze. I'm not saying we started that, but we didn't start it obviously, but we did start this idea before everybody else kind of jumped on the bandwagon. So it was kind of original when we started it. Our twist is just that we kind of do whatever we want with each episode. We really call the shots. The length of each episode is different. It can be anywhere from 10 minutes to 30 minutes.
Nice.
And it's all different genres. We got like romance, experimental films, some horror comedies. We do all kinds of stuff. So there's a little bit of something for everyone. But yeah, originally it was just like the pandemic style. If you go back to season 1 and you look at our early episodes, you'll see what I mean. Like it's just like people talking on Zoom, and we really did that style. But since then, we've come a long way. The world has come a long way, and so we're just kind of, but we want to keep it going for as long as we can, because and the need for human connection is something that's going to be to the end of time. So, I think we can just keep on going.
All right. Yeah, that's true. All right. So real quick, Zoom Shorts. Let's give a plug. When does Zoom Shorts air? And when can they watch it at?
It airs at 7:30 p.m. on YouTube on Wednesday nights. We're on break right now, but that's when the premieres air. But they stay up on YouTube, and you can, if you miss the premiere, you can go back at any point and watch the episode. They're all up there for free.
All right.
And originally, we wanted to do that. A lot of what I do is, private. It's for film festivals, or you got to pay to see it. I wanted something just readily available. So I'm really glad that we have these films up on YouTube, and anybody can go on and watch them at any point. So it's just nice to have something up there like that.
Nice. So check it out, Zoom Shorts on YouTube. All right. So as an actor, so it says you were doing some school plays in the first grade. So you can take us back down that memory lane real brief. How was your first audition like, and when did you figure out, okay, this is acting, this is what I want to do, like being a performer, being on stage?
I think on some level I was always a performer. For as long as I can remember, I was doing voices. Like I'd be in my room recording like these talk shows in my bedroom, and I would just be doing it by myself, and I'd be the interviewer and the interviewee, and I do the voices for both. So on some level, I always knew. But my first play as a kid, I think it was a play called The Care and Feeding of a Dragon, if I'm not mistaken. And I played a wizard, and I was like, oh, this is so much fun. And at the time I thought that acting was doing voices, so I always did like an accent or something. That would be my spin as a kid actor. So I think I had like an Italian accent or something when I played the wizard. And then when I was 12, I auditioned for a college play called The Merry Wives of Windsor, Shakespeare play, and I got a kid role in that. And that's when I realized, like, this acting stuff is where it's at for me. Like, I just loved it. I loved everything about it. I loved, like, the smell of the theater, being able to step into a character. I was a shy kid, so I just loved being able to be somebody else and understand. It helped me understand people, because, like, I was so self-conscious and in my own world that it helped me be like, oh, yeah, like, this is how other people think. And it helped me kind of empathize in a way with people a lot more and realize, it's not all about me. And it helped me, get out of my own head, get out of my own skin, and not be quite as shy. So, yeah, that's where it really started, was this this college production called The Merry Wives of Windsor over at Castleton University at 12 years old. And then I was just doing all kinds of community theater. I started in theater, Shakespeare specifically. I just loved Shakespeare, but all kinds of theater. And it probably wasn't until I did a couple movies in like student movies and background work when I was in college. But after graduation in 2009 was when I auditioned for my first movie. And it was a movie out in Baltimore, and I got in, and that's when I realized, oh, filmmaking. I love being in front of the camera too. So yeah.
Oh, hey, 1 second, Ken. It's telling me that you have to refresh your screen.
Oh gosh. Okay.
I don't know if it says that the recording.
Do you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Okay. All right.
That's good. All right. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I just had like a message here. All right. So, theater acting. So, what would you say is more challenging, theater acting or film acting? Because in theater acting, you don't have like, multiple takes.
Yeah. Well, that's an aspect of theater that's harder in a way because it's like jumping off a cliff, you know? You just got the one take. But you also have a lot of rehearsal with theater. Theater is, I always, say that theater is very ephemeral, you do it and then it's over, whereas film lasts forever. I would say theater is really an actor's medium, though, because, so much emphasis is put on the performance. It really is like an actor and an audience connection. With film, there's so much else that's involved with it. What's harder? I don't know. They both have their difficulties, and also they're both different. I would say in general, theater is more like jumping off a cliff, though, and you just got to roll with the punches. With a film, you can, cut and do another take. So I guess if I had to say, I would say theater is harder for an actor.
It's fair. All right. So inspirations. Who would you say has been an inspiration on your acting career as a whole?
My earliest inspiration was Robin Williams. I just loved, like I said, a lot of my early work was like doing characters and voices, and he is just a master of that. I was also really inspired by a ventriloquist named Steve Charney, who had a show called Knock on Wood on the radio. And I loved his characters, his sense of humor. And throughout the years, there are different people too. Jodie Foster's been a big inspiration, actually. Harrison Ford was a big inspiration. There are writer-performers like Saul Williams has been a big inspiration, the poet. Mos Def actually has been a big inspiration. Actor, writer, rapper. He's just incredible. I guess it's really just a combination of all these people. The poet Lawrence Ferlinghetti has been an inspiration for my writing style. So really my inspiration was like a combination of all these people. And I don't really think I'm similar to any of them. That's the thing. Like, I'm inspired by them. I'm inspired by something. There's something that really takes a hold of me and can't let go. But really whatever I produce is kind of my own. I think I'm my own thing, but these are the people that give me energy, and I'm like, I want to do that, and then I do something completely different, but it's like, they helped me do that.
Nice. All right, has any specific project or accomplishment that you're proud of?
So back in 2014, I was in a movie called Cold in July, which has been, it's probably my favorite movie that I've been in. I played a burglar. I got to act opposite Michael C. Hall of Dexter. And Sam Shepard played my father. And Michael C. Hall kills me in the movie, and Sam Shepard wants revenge, basically. And it's a really cool, like, revenge thriller. I loved being a part of it. Went to Sundance. Jim Mitchell was the director, and he was phenomenal. That's probably been my favorite movie that I got to be a part of, or at least one of my favorite movies. But also, like, my own projects, like Zoom Shorts, which we've been talking about, I'm very proud of, and also Old Hearts Cafe, a web series I started before that, where Old Hearts Cafe is a fictitious cafe that I have reoccur in a lot of my writing. And I did a web series about the characters who go to this cafe and hang out. And I liked doing that. That was a fun kind of surreal comedy that I got to do.
Nice. All right. Well, with that, let's where can people find your work at? Like, where can people search to see what projects you're working on and what you got working on next?
Well, you can check out Zoom Shorts and Old Hearts Cafe. Actually, some of Old Hearts Cafe you can see on YouTube, and all of Zoom Shorts you can see on YouTube. All my work is listed on IMDb too. If you want to check that out, just check out Ken Holmes on IMDb. I'm got a couple projects in the works. There's a short film rom-com called The Chorus in Our Eyes, which I'm working on currently. A couple other projects. You can check them all out on IMDb. Some of the stuff I've worked on is like for major, like Law and Order and all that. You can see on NBC, Netflix. But a lot of the stuff that I make myself, you can see on YouTube. And if you're curious, I guess you can just hit me up too and ask where to see stuff if you can't find it on YouTube.
Oh, that's nice. Thanks for sharing that. All right. So when you're not on the acting set and you're away from Rain and Neon Productions and right, it's time for a vacation. Do you have like a favorite spot where you'd like to go to get away and just relax from it all?
Well, I live in New York, and New York is like an adult playground. There's so much to do. I love going to the theater, going to Broadway, going to the movie theater. I love just watching movies, just sitting in a movie theater with a big bag of popcorn or something, and just kind of like disappearing into other people's worlds. I also just love going to the park, observing people. And being around nature is just like, you can probably find me in Central Park or any of the New York parks. Just observing people, observing the animals, observing the plants, just trying to be a part of this world that we're all a part of.
Nice.
Traveling too. I love to travel. It's been a while, but I really want to go back to the UK someday. I love London. The theater in London is just exceptional, and I really want to go back there.
Do you remember what you seen out there when you went to London?
I saw like 58 plays last time I went. I saw The History Boys. I saw a great play about Hans Andersen that Robert LePage did called The Andersen Project. Hung out a lot at the National Theater and various West End theaters and also fringe theaters. Just saw a lot of great stuff. Even went to the Globe Theater and saw Coriolanus there, which was really cool. Kind of cool being it was one of the groundlings, so I was on the ground near the stage and got to be a part of the action, which is really, really cool.
Nice. All right. So Rain and Neon Productions. Where did that what I did, let me word this right. What made you start Rain and Neon Productions?
So I started it in 2008. I wanted some projects that I wanted a production company, where I could do my own projects and not just rely on other people to act in their work. And so it started off just making little short experimental YouTube videos. I did a couple of music videos with them. And then it wasn't like until college when I did my first one-man show, and it was recorded for TV. And it was called Talking Loud Alone. And that was really the first real thing I did with Rain and Neon Productions. I was talking loud alone, and I played multiple characters, including a lot of my recurring characters who show up in a lot of my work, like Jacob, Ostracize, Rico. These are all like people that hang out in the Old Hearts Cafe, and they're poets and philosophers, and they kind of just have the gift of gab and talk about philosophy and art. And and so I wrote this play about all these characters, and it was about the crux of the story was about Jacob dealing with guilt over something terrible that happened to a friend of his named Archer, who just went downhill. So it's really about guilt and dancing with the demons of the past. And but it's also about art and how you can deal with tragedy through art. And I played all these characters. So that was the first thing I did through Rain and Neon Productions. Since then, I also did, you're asking about other projects I neglected to mention, but I have a couple other ones on YouTube as well that you can check out. One is called Chatter, which is about a woman kind of wrestling with her head telling her what to do, or chatter. But it's meant through a doll. And so we have this doll, but maybe it's in her head, maybe it's real, but we have this doll named Chatter that talks to her and tells her what to do. Mm. And then there's another one called The Social Distancing Butterfly, which takes place during the pandemic. But the name Rain and Neon, it comes from kind of my love of city, of nightlife, just seeing neon all over the place, and specifically after a nice rain, where there's rain on the street and you see the reflection of the neon in the rain. And making movies is like a reflection. So that's kind of where it stems from in my mind, is trying to reflect this neon, trying to show this beautiful thing that I see and showing it to the world. In my head, that's what it means.
That's awesome. All right, Ken, anything you want to give our audience for tuning in today? Any aspiring actors out there, anything that they could take away, any books, any movies, anything you recommend for them to check out?
Oh, there's so much going on right now in film. Definitely check out as much film as you can. I saw the TV Glow and it blew me away. Sing Sing is also another phenomenal movie that just came out. I recommend both. They're both like my favorite movies. If you're an actor, I highly recommend the book How to Stop Acting by Harold Guskin. Just phenomenal book about how to just be natural and let go. Really, really great advice, and I would say it's helped me immensely. And my main advice is just perseverance. Try to be in this for the long haul. I mean, we were talking about this before, but it's really just like you got to keep with it, because there's this industry, life in general, but definitely this industry is a roller coaster. There's so many starts and stops, and there are times when you're going to question if it's all worth it. And really, you just have to keep going. It's as simple as that. And I feel like for me, I'm in this for the long haul. So whatever's going on in the present, it's just a chapter, and I got to just keep persevering and keep going. And I hope anyone who can hear this will also do the same.
Thank you for sharing that. Yes, everyone, give yourself a chance. That's our motto. Give yourself a chance. All right, thank you for tuning in to Inside Plug. We hope you enjoyed today's episode and found it inspiring. Remember, every journey begins with a single step, and every creator has a story worth sharing. If you love what you heard, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave a review on insightplug.com. Your feedback helps us bring you more content. Until next time, keep creating. Devon Jones signing off. Stay inspired. Ken, thank you so much.
Thank you.